So this video started out as 5 great games, that became 6 great games, 7 great games, I don't know, I'm up to like 8 or 9. Here's a bunch of really good games for Xbox Games Pass. Back in December, they were offering Xbox Games Pass for $1, and same thing with the Xbox Live Gold subscription, so you can basically get this whole sweet library for $2. Oh dear. Dude, are you kidding me? There's like 2 inches of snow outside, and somebody's using a snowblower. Well, I guess I'm not recording this right now. First up, we have the Gears of War series. You've got Gears 1 through 4, Judgment, and the Ultimate Edition on there. The Ultimate Edition is basically a remake of the first one, so if you are going to go through the series from start to finish, I would suggest doing the Ultimate Edition. The standouts to me are Gears 4 and Gears 3. Gears 4 is one of the best Xbox One exclusives in their library just yet. It's great to see it here. The replayability in the Gears series is fantastic. If you have a few friends to play with, that is where this game will shine. Whether it's doing the co-op campaign, which is built from the ground up in a way that scales perfectly for co-op play, the Horde mode, which has tons of hours available to you, and a lot of depth, and then the competitive multiplayer. The Gears of War series doesn't have the same popularity that it did 7 or 8 years ago, but it's great to see the legacy preserved here in the Games Pass program. Check these out. Next up, Bayonetta, which just came to the Games Pass program this month. I was excited to see that. It's not a long game, but man, it's just overflowing with great style, attitude, and tone. Platinum Games built this one, and they are known, if you guys have been watching my videos, for fantastic action games. Crisp, tight, responsive controls will keep you coming back for more. Easy to pick up, yet hard to master is really how this game plays out. It's fun to just hand the controller over to somebody, let them enjoy the combat, yet an experienced veteran will definitely be able to pull out combos to get max damage in the right situations. Not a game I'd recommend as much for kids because of just some of the adult themes and tones, but overall, a really great game that's on Games Pass, worth your time. I have to mention Halo 5 because this is another very value-packed title on Games Pass. You can get quite a bit of time out of it. I think Halo 5 has evolved into a really great multiplayer shooter, one of the best on console. It doesn't resonate as much with me personally because I'm a classic Halo player, and the new focus on the advanced mobility stuff just isn't my cup of tea. If you watched BBKDRAGOON though from the very beginning, you know Halo's a huge part of my channel, and I'm very excited for Halo 6. If you haven't tried Halo 5, get in there, sample the multiplayer. It's definitely worth at least trying out. The campaign, not so much. One of the weakest in the series, if not the weakest, but it's a good game to have on the Games Pass library. Up next, we have Sunset Overdrive. This game didn't get a ton of love when it first came out, yet it was reviewed pretty well. After playing a few hours, I can understand why it didn't catch on. It's fun, it's got a great art style, beautiful, bright, vibrant, saturated colors, but it's weird. It's like a Tony Hawk Pro Skater game in a sense mixed with a zombie survival game. Lots of attitude with the music, but you're grinding above the city on these wires as you're having to shoot zombies below you, ranking up that style to keep your flow going. It's odd. That's the only way I can say it. I didn't not enjoy my time. It's odd in a good way, but probably best for a Games Pass style playthrough, where you're not forking out $60 for this game, you're getting to try it, enjoy it, probably beat the campaign. If it resonates with you, great. If it doesn't, there's really no harm done. So check out Sunset Overdrive. One of the games that I'm super shocked that actually is on Games Pass, and that's because I don't know how Microsoft negotiated the rights with Konami, but Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is on here, as well as Ground Zeroes. Ground Zeroes is a short prequel, almost like a gameplay demo before The Phantom Pain came out, so I do recommend playing The Phantom Pain instead of Ground Zeroes unless you're like just diehard, want to experience both of them. I'm a huge MGS fan. 5 represents a really big departure from the series' 10 to 20 hour ultra cinematic on the rails narrative kind of play. 5 is open world, and you've got a lot of side objectives that you can go after. There are some great Kojima tropes within here. 5 is a mixed bag though. Some players like myself miss the old kind of more confined spaces of the cinematic traditional Metal Gear Solid games, but at the same time you can't argue that the open world in 5 is the best controlling MGS game in the series. It's a great looking game. The Fox engine that they built for it operates in a way that really allows you to play this with total freedom. You want to stealth it. You want to play it like an action hero, you can do that as well. Check out The Phantom Pain. If you're an FPS fan and you haven't had the chance to play a Bioshock game, it's time to play some Bioshock. Now there's Bioshock 1, 2, and Infinite on the Games Pass program. I recommend playing Bioshock 1 over all three of those. Infinite's really good, but Bioshock 1 is a masterpiece. The atmosphere and world building that is constructed in Bioshock is unparalleled. While it doesn't look amazing any longer for the 360, the gameplay and the story still hold up to this day. I don't want to spoil any sort of things in terms of the narrative. If you do decide to play it, try and avoid spoilers, go in blind. There are some very impactful moments that have kept gamers talking about Bioshock even a decade after its release. And finally, we're concluding with Metro Last Light Redux. Very excited to see this on the Games Pass program. If you've never played a Metro title, these are first-person shooter games, short campaigns, not a super lengthy campaign, but great voice acting. The visuals within are some of the best, I think, in FPS titles of this style, right? There are some FPS games that have a much different look to the textures, but Metro has always held up when it comes to its ambience. Now, Metro Exodus is coming out this year, and if you've not tried a Metro game just yet, Last Light is a really good starting place. The footage you are seeing is from the PC version. That's actually where I've played Metro, but the Xbox One version does look very nice as well. Controls well. It's just a fun shooter. Great little campaign you can pick up, beat, and be done with it probably in about a week. So check out Last Light if you get the chance. There are too many great games to name them all in one video, and we'll revisit Games Pass a little bit later as the library continues to expand. Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, Mad Max, Mass Effect, Ninja Gaiden Black represent some of those honorable mentions that I didn't have time to get to today. So is Games Pass really worth it? If you're somebody who likes to sample quite a few games, yes, for a few months I think Games Pass really is worth it. It's just needing a little bit more momentum in terms of how many new games they're adding to the platform each month. Once it expands and gets big enough, then yeah, it totally will be worth that price tag for a longer term commitment. But I could see if you're a parent who has kids, the Games Pass would be a really great way to let your kids play lots of games, especially if you have like multiple kids. Play games that interest them without having to go to the store and purchase these all individually. The idea of the program is great. I just want to see Microsoft nail in 2018 some rock solid first party title exclusives that can be added to this library. As it stands now, I would say the bulk of the great games in Games Pass are 360 titles, which nothing wrong with that. I'm sure it's a lot easier to negotiate the rights for those 360 titles, but it would be nice to see the Xbox One roster expand a little bit more. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, thumbs it up. If I missed one of your favorite games that's in the Games Pass program, let me know about it in the comments section down below. Please subscribe for more videos, hit that bell to be notified when my latest videos go live. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'll check in with you very soon.